Today we will answer a geometry challenge coming from AJ Sutrahar from India. And here's the question. Now, given three semicircles, the first one with a diameter of 5, the second one with a diameter of x, and the third one with a diameter of y. Now, we know that green plus blue must be equal to 6 square units. Now, the question is, what is the value of x and y, or diameter x and diameter y? You can pause this video if you want to give this problem a try. And now, let's answer this question together. Alright, before we go to the solution, let's have first the answer to this question. So according to Master AJ Sutrahar from India, the answer to this question must be when x is 4, y must be 3, and when x is 3, then the value of y must be 4 units. Now the question is, what is his solution to this question? Alright, let's solve this problem together. Now, first thing we need to do is to consider this triangle ABC, wherein we know triangle ABC must be a right triangle because it is inside the semicircle. So this angle right here must be a 90 degrees. Alright, so since we have a right triangle, we can use the Pythagorean theorem. So if we do that, we get x squared plus y squared equals to 5 squared. So this is the length of the side of this right triangle right here. Now, let's simplify. 5 squared will give us 25. So this will give us x squared plus y squared equals 25. Now, the trick here to answer this question is to multiply each of these terms by this constant pi over 8. Now, the question is why we do that. Alright, so again, this equation still remain balanced because all of these terms is multiplied by a constant pi over 8. Now, the question is why pi over 8? Now, let's focus on one of its terms, pi over 8 times x squared. Now, recall, what is the formula in finding the area of a semicircle? So the formula must be equal to 1/2 pi r squared. 1/2 because it is half of a circle. Alright, now let's consider the semicircle with the diameter of x. Now, what is the radius of this semicircle? The radius is just x over 2 or half the diameter. So we can replace this r with x over 2. Alright, now x over 2 quantity squared. This will give us x squared over 4. Now, if we multiply all of this, 1/2 times pi times x squared over 4, this will give us pi over 8 times x squared. And this is technically this term right here. So this is the area of the semicircle with the diameter of x. Now, the next term, this is the area of the semicircle with the diameter y. And it must be equal to the semicircle having the diameter of 5 units. Now, since we know that the sum of the area of these two semicircles with the diameter of x and y must be equal to the semicircle with the diameter of 5, what we're going to do here is to label its areas. So let's take a look at this one. So let this area be equal to A, this region equal to B, this region, the right triangle must be equal to C, this region must be equal to D, and this region must be equal to E. Now, using this equation, we can say that A plus B, which is the area of the semicircle having a diameter of x, should be A plus B. This one, A plus B. Plus the area of the semicircle with a diameter of y, which is equivalent to D plus E. Here we go, D plus E. And it must be equal to the area of the semicircle with a diameter of 5, which is B plus C plus D. Here we go, we have B plus D plus E. Now at this point, notice that we can cancel B on the left side and B on the right hand side, and B on the left side and B on the right hand side. This will give us an equation that says that A plus E must be equal to C. Now, notice that A is the area with the green region and E is the area in the blue region. And we know that green plus blue, or the green area plus blue area, must be equal to 6 units. It follows that C, or the region C, must be equal to 6 units. Alright. So we know that the area of this right triangle must be equal to 6 units. So we can replace this C as 6. Now, from here, let's go back to what we know. Alright. So the area of this right triangle must be equal to 6. And we have an equation, x squared plus y squared equals to 25. This is result of the Pythagorean theorem. Now, what equation can we do using x and y? Now, we will use the area of this right triangle. We know the area of the right triangle must be equal to 1/2 times x times y, which is the base and the height. Now, we know the area. So, the area, or this a, must be equal to 6. So, we can replace this by 6. Now, we can solve for the value of x, y. Let's multiply both sides by 2. So, 6 times 2, this will give us a value of 12. So, we know that xy equals to 12 and x squared plus y squared equals to 25. Now, using these two equations, we can now solve for the values of x and y. Alright, so you can use substitution method, and we have a lot of methods to solve for the value of y. But on this video, we will use algebraic manipulation. So first thing to do is to multiply the second equation by 2. So this will give us 2xy equals 24. Now, what we're going to do here is to add them. If we do that, we get something like x squared plus 2xy plus y squared equals to 49, which is 25 plus 24. Now, x squared plus 2xy plus y squared, this can be factored as x plus y quantity squared. Now, we can get the square root on both sides, but take note, x and y are both lengths or side lengths, so x plus y cannot be a negative number. Therefore, we can say that x plus y must be equal to 7. Alright, we have one equation consisting of x and y. Next, instead of adding, let's subtract the first equation to the second equation. If we do that, we get something like x squared minus 2xy plus y squared equals 1, because 25 minus 24 equals 1. Now, x squared minus 2xy plus y squared, this is just x minus y quantity squared. And now, let's get the square root on both sides. Alright, now suppose that x must be greater than y. So later on, we need to suppose that y must be greater than x. Alright, so if we do that, we get that the value of x minus y equals 1. Now we have two equations consisting of x and y. So we have x minus y equals 1. Again, suppose that x is greater than y. X is greater than y. And then x plus y must be equal to 7. Now clearly, the only possible values for x and y that satisfies this condition is when x is 4 and when y equals to 3. Now, this is when x is greater than y. Now, how about when y is greater than x? This will bring us that y must be equal to 4 and x must be equal to 3. That's why our answer a while ago, the value of x can be 4 or 3, and the value of y can be 3 or 4. And that's our answer to this question. By the way, thank you, Sir AJ Sudrahar from India, for suggesting this wonderful question. I hope you're watching, and as always, we are done.